Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just rode 5 miles of hell and I feel like I accidentally learned every lesson the hard way. So instead of pretending like I did everything right, I'm going to walk you through the 5 rules that I should have followed to survive 5 miles of hell so that you don't have to figure them out the hard way. Rule number 1 is going to be your attitude, and this is one that I struggled with a lot because it's really easy to roll up to something like this, especially at 5 miles of hell, look at a feature, and just completely psych yourself out before you even try it. And it can get worse in a group. You might start thinking about the people watching or how long you're taking. Maybe there's even some pixel pressure when people start taking out their cameras. And instead of just being patient and taking your time, you start to rush things and put this unnecessary pressure on ourselves to perform or ride a certain way. Dirt biking is supposed to be fun. I mean, we didn't get into it because it makes us cry. So I think all of us enjoy a little bit of struggle. It's why we ride trails like this, but we need to maintain a good frame of mind and try not to let the fear get us into a negative mindset where we're unsure of ourselves. Rule number 2 is starting small, and this one's really about building into the day, not trying to prove anything right away.
Think you can do it, Catherine?
On a good confidence day, yes, but today, no. At this point, I was already doing a couple of things pretty half-heartedly, so I started being totally okay with just taking the chicken line, and it turns out that that was totally fine because there was a lot more to the trail that came after this. It's way better to spend the first part of the ride going slower than you think you should, taking smaller lines, getting warmed up, and actually learning how the bike reacts out here. Because if something happens out on the trail, there's not really an easy way out. You're deep in this trail, like 10 miles from the nearest road. And if something goes wrong, whether you have a mechanical, you put a hole in your engine case, you bash a radiator, or maybe even you bash yourself, it's going to be a long day. Which brings us to rule number 3, which is asking for help even if you don't think you need it. Because this trail is not really a solo effort. At 5 miles of hell, it's very much a no one leaves the group kind of ride. And the goal isn't for just one person to figure it out, it's for everyone, the whole group, to get through it. So whether that's asking for a spotter, having someone help guide your line, or even just getting a push through a section, that's not a weakness here. That's how you keep the whole group moving. There's a chance, and I only say this because I think we've all kind of seen it happen, where people get really excited on a trail ride and they start going really hard, and then they start to get tired, and it really begins to compound towards the end of the ride. Some dudes will even go so far as to throw some rage fits out on the trail. But I know if you're watching this video, you're a perfect angel and nothing like this has ever happened to you, ever. Rule number 4 is all about commitment, because once you've decided to hit a line out here at 5 miles of hell, there's no half-assing it. Some of these features, you just simply can't roll into them and or second guess them halfway through. Even though there's a ton of traction on these slabs, they're also really unforgiving, and it's really easy to bend your bars, snap a lever or a perch, or just land wrong and get thrown off balance. You really have to make a decision, trust it, and actually follow through. Going up, it's easy. It's easy. Yeah. And if something doesn't go exactly to plan, keep moving forward. I know it doesn't always feel like it in the moment, but that forward movement, that forward drive is what helps keep you balanced out here.
That just made that a lot easier.
Wow. When I say keep moving forward, what I mean to say is you need to trust that there's more traction than you think, and even just lightly continuing to blip the throttle will help propel the bike forward. But of course, too much throttle can get you into trouble. The second that you stop, that's when it becomes really easy to tip over, especially if one of those edges catches your tire. So even just that little bit of power in the motor, working with your clutch a little bit, really gives you something to work with. And that does take a lot of confidence in your clutch control, especially when things feel a little off. But the more that you can trust that clutch control, the more that you can trust yourself and that forward drive to keep you balanced, the more options you begin to have, even when you're in a bad situation. Because out here, stopping usually makes things harder. So those are the 5 rules that probably would have really helped me make this ride a lot smoother. And if you want to see how the whole ride went, the good, the bad, and the ugly, make sure you're subscribed and you hit that notifications bell so that you know when the full 5 miles of hell vlog comes out. And I'm curious, which one of these do you struggle with the most on technical trails? Let me know in the comments and I'll dig into it in another video.